John, we're going to talk shortly about the 7 rows of rail seating that have been installed in the top tier of the Ian Greaves stand, but you're the new safety officer here, aren't you? You've been here for a few months now. Just tell us a bit about your background firstly, if you would.
Yeah, I'm John Rutherford. I'm the new safety officer. I rejoined Mansfield Town in May this year. I've been a safety officer at various football grounds for about 25 years, and it's nice to be back here at what I still call Field Mill, what is the One Call Stadium.
Tell us then about this new implementation in the top tier of the Ian Greaves stand.
Yeah, we've been monitored by the local safety advisory group and the Sports Ground Safety Authority, and like many grounds we do have an issue with some supporters wanting to stand in seated areas. The upper tier has got quite a steep rake and it's considered less safe up there to be standing, so we've applied for a licence to introduce licensed standing in a seated area, and that top block, the 7 rows in Block R, is the first block that we've introduced for our supporters this season. That's a licensed standing area in the seated area, so anybody who's got tickets for those seats is allowed to stand. However, those people who've got tickets for other seats in the stands, and that's all stands in the ground, must sit. That's the rule. It's a seated stand, so if you've got a ticket for a seat with no rails in front of it, you should be sitting down. If you've got a ticket for the area with the rails, you are allowed to stand.
And you said earlier that this is going to be expanded to another section of the top tier?
Yeah, we'll be looking to do the same in Q Block, and then we'll monitor how that goes, and we will be monitored by the authorities to make sure we're managing it properly.
When do you expect that to be implemented in Q Block, John?
It'll be implemented as soon as we possibly can. I'll wait the instructions from the board and we'll get that installed and get on with it.
Well, I was approached a long time ago about doing some crowd barriers, safe standing barriers, and again I put my hand up and I said I'd do that. So I did the design, and we did a design which needed to be approved by SAG, got an approval of a method of construction, and more importantly a method of fixing. We carried out the top row, as you look on there, the very first top row was the one we put in, and that was subject then to a test on site, hydraulically powered presses testing it against loading. But the difficulties we were having in fixing it, which I won't bore you with, but they were almost insurmountable, we had to come up with another method of fixing. So the barrier remains the same, as you can see, but it's the method of fixing which has changed. So again, we had to resubmit for approval, put a row up, have it approved again, and that happened on Wednesday. But I didn't just put 1 row up, I thought no, I'll put all 6 up, because I was confident that what we're doing was right. So you're now seeing more, if you can look across there, because that's R, all of R top will be done, and also Q, all the way down to the front.
Any other useful update or advice to give us in relation to safe standing?
Yeah, I think that it's a positive move forward for all football clubs, and you'll notice that many clubs up and down the country have now installed this rail seating, and we'll make sure it works safely here at our ground.